Hello, my name is Krista and this is Little Flower Tarot. Today the reading I will be doing is intended to tap into the abundance and blessings that are on their way to you. I have no time frame for these blessings and abundance. I'm just opening up to what is definitely yours. Like, what is your divine birthright in this life, whether it's coming in the next month, in the next year, or in the next, like, overall in the course of your life. I'm just tapping into something to help you fully claim it as your own and receive it as your own, knowing that it's yours to have no matter what. And when it comes, it will come. But this is just going to help with your manifestation of these things. So yes, so we have 3 different groups to choose from. For group 1, we have the Hairy Aster. Group 2, we have Queen Anne's Lace. And for group 3, this is a Jerusalem Artichoke, a type of sunflower. So whatever you're drawn to, just choose your group and we will get started. Hi, group number 2, you chose the Hairy Aster. From what I've read, the Aster symbolizes love and wisdom. I'm just going to read this from my phone. It says, with a rich history in Greek mythology, it's said that the Aster was created by the tears of the Greek goddess Astraea. One day she was so upset by how few stars there were in the dark sky that she began to cry. As she wept, her tears fell down to the ground and turned into star-shaped aster flowers. Thus the flower was named after her. The Aster is the official birth flower for the month of September, and it also represents love. It is often an emblem of Venus, the goddess of love. So just thought I'd share that with you. But okay, so we're going to start out with our oracle card, and you have Pachamama 38. Alrighty. She with the Andean Emerald Heart. So I think what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to wait till the end to actually read from the guidebook, because the messages in the guidebook are really beautiful. They're a little long, but they're absolutely beautiful, and they have a call to action in them. So I definitely want to wait to the end. But here is your card. All right. And I'm going to actually pull 2 cards from this Angels of Atlantis deck. So we're going to have 2 archangels, or significantly 1. Maybe they'll both be the same one, but we'll have 2 angels kind of like just with us during our reading. So let's see what angels want to join us today. Okay, so our first one is Metatron, and it says divine intelligence. And our second angel is Michael with transmutation. All right. Okay, and then I'm going to get into our tarot using the Muse Tarot deck today. Oh, and then the Oracle card deck I used is called Earth Warriors Oracle. But yes, let's see what blessings of abundance are coming into your life. For sure, are your divine birthright. Okay. All right. We have the 9 of Inspiration, the 9 of Wands, the Knight of Emotions, the Knight of Cups, and the 2 of Inspiration, the 2 of Wands. Okay. Alrighty, so The first one that's pulling me in is this Knight of Cups. I feel like a fulfilling emotional reality is imminent, is quite literally in the cards for you. By the way, there is a little, I wonder if you can, oh no, you probably can't see it. There's a little spider. I brought these flowers in fresh from outside. So there's a tiny little spider just like living off to the left. I don't know if that means anything, if spiders are symbolic in some way for you, but he is with us today, little spidey guy. But yeah, so yeah, I'm just getting that it is your birthright to have a stable, grounded, fulfilling emotional reality, to be completely in touch with your emotional body, to be intimate with it, to be in love with yourself, in love with life, in love with people, to have a healthy, intimate partnership if that's what you want, to feel connected to the people around you, to feel loved by and supported by the people around you, to feel like the energy exchange is reciprocal and balanced. It is absolutely your birthright. It feels like there's an energy of wondering if that's possible for you. Maybe you don't understand or know what that even looks like for you. But what I think this reading is going to pull us into is opening up to the possibility of this balanced emotional experience of life. So we can start there. And this Pachamama card, 38. 38 reduces to 11 or 2 if we reduce it all the way down. So it just feels like this energy of like divine union and love and harmony and connection with all that is, wanting to be there for you. Like all of this, like everything in this card right here, it's like you are meant to know what it feels like to be connected to the world around you naturally and effortlessly. It's almost like you've caught glimpses of feeling this interconnectedness and feeling like balanced, but you've never fully like immersed yourself in it. Or it's almost, and what's coming to me is it's almost like you tell yourself like one day you will be in flow and in harmony with your environment and with the people around you, and like you will get to this place where every day you can just like live in flow, but like right now that's not possible for you for whatever reason, because of your environment. But I feel like this reading is calling you into the truth and reality that is actually possible for you, no matter what is actually, I don't want to say no matter what is going on in your reality, because I don't know what is going on in your reality. Sometimes people are stuck in really toxic situations that they need to get out of. But I feel like what this is saying is that whatever reality you're in, you are worthy of feeling easeful throughout your day. And so I think the way that looks when you're stressed out or overwhelmed with what's going on around you is a nurturing internal practice where every day you are checking in with yourself consistently throughout the day, checking in with your emotions, checking in with your thoughts, checking in with your energy consistently throughout the day, so you can bring yourself down to earth and be present for yourself, like be honoring of and for yourself, so you can feel more grounded and rooted and act from a place of calm as opposed to, reactivity. I feel like this whole reading, yes, it's calling you into just a deeper sense of flow and ease. Like I keep like when looking at this card, which I'll show you this card, I keep imagining like, okay, like there is a lot, here we go. There is a lot going on in this card. Like we've got, I mean, so much going on, but it's like this woman is in flow with all of it. She's a part of all of it, but she's also like distinctly her own like sovereign being. And so what I feel like you're being called into is this acceptance of your world, and this like, I mean, like radical acceptance. Like even if things aren't how you want them to be, or you know, there are things that bother you, like be with those emotions throughout the day. Like that's the thing, like things are going to upset you, things are going to bother you, things are going to affect you, you know, like that's life. Like we get affected by our environment, and it's just something that will never really change. But I feel like this is calling you like to internally, just like I said earlier, check in with yourself and observe your emotions from a deeper place. Observe your reactions and stay in that observational flow as much as you can. And when you find yourself out of observation, you know, check back in. So it just feels like doing that will help you get to a point where you're in this beautiful flow. Like this woman, she's just like, yes, everything around me is chaotic, but everything around me is also beautiful and amazing. It's like perfect chaos. It's like chaos that creates, it's like chaos that creates perfection and beauty. And yeah, so yeah, you're being called into a slower, more conscious experience of the life you have now. And yeah, it's basically a different way of being, because I feel like maybe you've been doing a lot of what we all do, which is, I will be content when this happens. I will be happy when this happens. I will get to live in flow when this happens. When I move here, or when I have this other job, or when this person's out of my life, I will get to live in flow. But that's not how it works. You're not ever going to live in flow unless you begin practicing living in consciousness and flow right now with the life you have right now, because you can engineer everything you want to be exactly how you want it, and you can create like a perfect bubble for yourself, but you're still going to have internal friction and internal, you know, if you haven't resolved it yet, there's still going to be, you know, disharmony. Like if it's here now, it will be there in the future if you're not observing it, confronting it, or learning how to gracefully move through it right now. So, yeah, definitely. You are being pulled into ease and flow, and it doesn't look like how you think it's going to look like. You're still going to get frustrated. You're still going to get overwhelmed. But you're just going to be with those emotions, as opposed to trying to find like coping mechanisms to help you escape those emotions, or trying to pretend they're not there and like go do something else or be distracted, you know? Yeah, so, okay. Divine intelligence and transmutation, Metatron and Michael. Okay, so we've got the Nine of Wands. Okay, that makes sense, actually, the Nine of Wands, because I feel like the Nine of Wands kind of emits this, you know, almost there but not quite yet energy. And I feel like that was coming out. It was like, okay, when I get there, we're almost there. When I get there, I can relax. When I get there, I can slow down. When I get there, you know, and it's like, no, actually, you can slow down right now. You have that. That's your birthright, to live a little bit more, live in ease and flow and slowness. Just a little bit more slow. That's the thing. I feel like we rush around so much that like, why are we rushing? Half the time we do have a little bit of extra time, or we can make a little bit of extra time. And there are like little things we can do to like get into our body, like a 10-minute yoga practice. You know, it takes 10 minutes and it like helps us through the rest of the day to slow down and be in our body. Like things like that. There are like, we have the time. We're just, when we're stuck in this like rushy energy, it's just, that's all it is. It's just patterning, and it's just habit, you know, and thinking like there's so much to do, or there's like so much on our plate that we better get to things right this very moment. But it's just, that's just like a sucky experience of life. Like I know I get into those kind of ruts sometimes where I realize I'm rushing for no reason and I have so much time. And it just feels uncomfortable, and it just makes me feel like I'm not enjoying or like squeezing the juice out of my life. Like I'm not, you know, like living life, being present for my life. So yeah, I feel like, yeah, 9 of Wands. Yeah, and then the 2 of Wands. All right. Let me read the 2 of Wands in here. The 2 of Inspiration. Seeking new paths for yourself, moving past your comfort zone, the activation of potential, desiring new experiences, travel and adventure, home and family, a heart full of ideas, and a thirst for expression, manifesting. Okay, so the 2 of Wands. Okay, so I'm wanting to read the 2 of Wands, but I keep being pulled to this card, actually. Archangel Michael with transmutation. So what I kind of envisioned right there was your patterns can change. And they will change. Like the alchemy that will happen with you just observing your patterns and being present with them, observing like the tendency to rush, observing the tendency to neglect really important things like the way you feed yourself, physical exercise, like neglecting yourself, you know, neglecting your body, neglecting these things that are going to help you just be more present and experience life more fully. So observing the impulse to like plow through and try to get things done, and just being with that and consciously, consistently telling yourself, I have the time. I have the time. There's plenty of time for everything. There's plenty of time to take care of myself. There's plenty of time to slow down. You know, there's plenty of time. Like just that, like you will still get everything done. It will like, it's like all of your things, everything will spread out. You will enjoy all of your tasks more. You'll be more present. You'll like, you know, like everything will just feel a little bit more fluid and flowing as opposed to like harsh and like heavy. So I feel like, yes, like this practice that is you're being told to take on of observation throughout the day. The more you do that, like this transmutation into a more balanced state of being will occur. Like it's just inevitable that it will occur. And I feel like once you're in that more balanced state, it will feel natural and it will feel normal. And it will feel as if this is the way it was always meant to be. And you will wonder why you waited so long to shift. Because it feels like there's like this almost like lack of belief that things can change or that you can change. But that's not true at all. Like, cause when I first saw this, it was almost like looking ahead for a new way of being, like holding, like like, okay, you know, we've lived in this way of being for however long, but like maybe there is a different way for me that feels like me still, that feels more balanced, that feels more grounded, like how I move throughout my day. Maybe there is a new way. And like cracking that like possibility open and looking for it and being aware, okay, there is a new way to be. And like all I have to do is continuously check in and remind myself that I have time, I can slow down, I can do these things for myself. They are going to nourish me and nurture me, and they're going to be worth it. They're going to be enjoyable, whatever it is that you're being called to do. Like food and exercise keeps coming to my mind. So, you know, like going to the grocery store, making a grocery list, you know, and cooking yourself healthy, nutritious meals, or meal prepping for the week, those types of things. Like taking, like I said, taking 10 minutes in the morning to do a yoga class or a online yoga, or whatever it is that you like to do, you know, consistently reminding yourself that you have the time. But yeah, so that's going to take you into a whole new way of being. And once you get into this new flow, it's going to be hard to like fall back into any old patterns. And if you do fall back into your old patterns, you're going to like be like, okay, no, I am not doing this anymore. I really loved being in this flow, this like energy over here. I'm going to get back into that. Like you'll just bounce right back into it. Like every once in a while we do fall into our old patterns. That's normal. But I feel like once you're in this flow, like this is going to be your new normal, and like falling into your old patterns is just going to be like a fluke experience. So yeah. Wonder if Metatron has anything to say. I don't know why this like Michael card was like making me like giddy or my heart feel fluttery or something. But yeah, I just feel like, and like the way he's just like holding his arms up and like look at this that's here for you. It's free. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. Like this new way, like a whole new life, a whole new way, and nothing in your external has to change. Like here it is. Like what you've been wanting. You want to experience this like new emotional reality. You want to, you know, like live your life and feel more connected to the world around you. You want to feel, yeah, just a part of everything and feel in flow and feel present and feel connected. And it's like, here it is. It's here for you. It's been here for you this whole time. You just have to, just like this simple little shift you have to make on your everyday, you know, being more present with all that is throughout your day. Okay, my battery's dying, so one moment. Okay, I am back. Alrighty, so can't really remember exactly where I was at. Maybe we kind of need to do a shift here. So all right, I'm wondering what this Divine Intelligence Metatron card is trying to say to us. Well, the first thing I thought was the more you slow down, the more that you can receive inspiration, you can receive like spiritual downloads. It feels like just divine knowledge that is meant for you. Like the more you slow down, like yes, like you'll have this like more juicy emotional experience, and you'll be able to, you'll just have a more rich physical and emotional and spiritual experience of your life. But on top of that, kind of like a bonus of that, is that you will have more space in your being to receive just messages throughout the day from your guides, from God, from your angels, from the universe. And I feel like you'll just feel more connected to this flow of divine wisdom. And that in itself will help with your change and with your transmutation. Like that is just like, it's like, oh, that's a bonus, but like, that's amazing. You know, you're going to be way more connected to like the heavens and the cosmos, and like just the ease and peace of the divine. And yeah, that will be much more available to you in this new reality that you're stepping into. Yeah, so I feel like it's pretty short and sweet, but that feels like the message. That feels like, and oh yeah, I guess. So the blessings and abundance that is coming into your life is an awakening and an acknowledgement that you have everything you need right now, right here, to experience life the way you want to, and to see the beauty and the miracles in the simplicity of the moments that you have every day. You are being called into a deeper connection to yourself, and you are being called into presence. And yes, absolutely, the blessing is a more enriched life. And like part of me is like, oh my gosh, like there are so many readings online that say, what blessings are coming? And then it feels like a lot of times they're like these material things. So I'm sorry if I'm like disappointing, because I'm saying like nothing has to change in your life for you to receive this blessing. I hope that's comforting to you, because ultimately I feel like whatever it is you're trying to manifest in your life, whether it be relationships or money or a different job, I feel like this practice of slowing down and being in your body and being with all of the emotions that arise throughout the day and checking in with yourself constantly, this is going to help you with your manifestation of those things. So, but yeah, I'm actually excited because I'm going to read from the guidebook for this Pachamama card, and you're going to love it because I'm obsessed with the messages in here. So I'm going to go ahead and read that now. Number 38. Oh, that's cool too. Like 8, 19, that's 11. That breaks down to 11, and 9 and 2 breaks down to 11. So, and then it just felt like those break down to 2. So like 2 and 2, like, I just feel like your connection to the rest of humanity, like your connection to others, like your your intimate connections are going to be like enriched and nourished by this. But yeah, okay, so 38. Okay, Pachamama. Yeah, I think I'll do it like this so you can read it if you want to. Pachamama. She with the Andean emerald heart. Pachamama, the goddess of the earth, honored by the indigenous peoples of the Andes, holds space for many different creatures to live within her field, including the crazy, beautiful, dangerous, and divine humanity. She knows that, oh, by the way, that little spider is like creating a web, like over here. So, I love spiders. I hope you do too. I hope you're not afraid of spiders or think that it's a bad omen, because it's never. Spiders are always a good omen, even if they invoke fear. They are just symbols, I feel like, oh yeah, of the interconnectivity of life and like just the web of connection of humanity. And I feel like, and your part, the part you play in it. And also, like, I feel like manifestation, like they create these beautiful webs, and they nurture themselves through creating these webs, and they catch what they need, and they're attractive in that way. Like they attract, they don't, they create what they create, they stay in one spot, and then they attract what they need. I just love that. But, so yeah. But yeah, let me keep reading. Sorry. Okay. Including the crazy, beautiful, dangerous, and divine humanity. She knows that life thrives through diversity. She's able to foster life with such genius and generosity because there is no fear preventing her from holding space for the new to emerge. Be open to the new and the different in yourself and your life. Trust like the Earth Mother as an act of devotion. She is watching over you as you evolve to manifest the fullness of your sacred and original life purpose. Don't hold back from what is happening. Things need to change, so let them change. It may seem chaotic or overwhelming now. However, when you realize that you don't need to figure it all out, you will relax, allowing the wisdom of what is happening at the deeper level to unfold. Trust that your inner resources are enough and will grow to meet your needs for soul expression in the world. You may sometimes feel like you are juggling too many projects with too few arms. The Divine Mother can help you if you trust her to keep an eye on things and guide the process for you. This oracle indicates that peace and harmony will eventually triumph over conflict and challenge, bringing about a new way of being. How is it that the boundless diversity of nature interacts as an extraordinary and harmonious ecosystem, rather than dropping into a melee of competing interests, destructive conflict, or soul-deadening copycat conformity? It is all a question of holding space for it. The more diverse the input into any field, the more potential there is for conflict, yes, but also for creative innovation. Through our differences, we can bring out the best in each other. We could also allow differences to bring out the worst in each other. If we do so, allowing them to close us down out of fear, we would stifle the uniqueness of the soul. If we cannot hold space for increasing diversity, we risk extinguishing our creative passion for originality, and then the energy, excitement, and evolution that uniqueness evokes will be lost. Those of us in positions of spiritual leadership and sacred guardianship desire a more vitalizing outcome for our communities. That means we need to tend to the way that we hold space. For such an invisible concept, holding space has an extraordinary power. To tap into that power, we need to understand that we cannot hold for another what we cannot hold for ourselves. It has been said in Buddhist wisdom teachings that without compassion for the self, there cannot ever be truly compassion for another. Modern psychology teaches us that we cannot love another before learning how to love ourselves. This is empowering. It means that we can grow as capable new world leaders and guardians of communities through the work that we do within. It is reassuring to remember that the more we are able to hold a space for ourselves, the more we become a presence in which others can also flourish. As you do your inner work, your presence can create sacred space that is constructive, potent, and transformative. Like ripples in the pond of consciousness, which emanate outward from the center, the space you hold within can create a freeing and uplifting consciousness. Palpable in its effect, this will have a potential reach far beyond what you may expect. As we grow in our role of sacred guardianship on this planet, the space we hold for ourselves in the world becomes more potent and important. That space can become a way for diversity to be either a beautiful orchestra or a cacophony of chaos. The outcome depends on our ability to hold a sacred feminine presence that allows for differences to be integrated into oneness, whilst understanding that oneness has nothing to do with sameness. You have the ability to bring great life to the souls of this world through honoring your own soul journey. Don't underestimate the importance of your inner work, nor the healing effect it initiates in the world. All right, and then there's a healing process at the end. So you can, a lot of times it says like say aloud, but you can say it to yourself if you don't want to say it aloud. But I'll try to leave space for either, but yeah. Okay, so this ritual is a simple version of the ritual offering of Chalako, which is a sprinkling upon the earth of a gift, done with the intention to feed and nourish the land. Begin by placing your hand on your heart and feeling the connection of your feet with the earth beneath you. Feel the breath of your body, the fluid warmth of the blood through your veins, the movement of your fingers and toes, and the fluttering of your eyelids. You are alive. Say out loud, Inamaka, my Earth Mother, Gaia, Mother Nature, Earth Goddess and Buddha of equanimity. She with the Andean emerald heart. I offer my gratitude and reverence in this ritual to love, honor, and nourish you. Place your hands on your heart. Feel or visualize that you are generating love and gratitude to offer to Pachamama. Reflecting upon your most precious life experiences or your love for nature might help you to evoke love, gratitude, and happiness in your heart. When you are ready, you are going to gently remove your hands from your heart, carrying with you those feelings which create the spiritual offering, and lightly sprinkling them onto the earth. Those spiritual offerings can lightly slide from your palms, along your fingertips, into the earth. Softly move your hands and fingers with the intent to release your gift into the earth. If you wish, you can also croon to her as you do this. Use loving, soothing words or tones or chant that resonates with your soul. When you feel this process has completed, finish with your hands in prayer. You have completed your healing process. Okay, yes, those are definitely a little long, so that's why I save them to the end. Plus, it's interesting. I'm curious to see how much they resonate with what I already picked up, which that one really did. I really felt like, yeah, it just continued on this message of slowing down and finding a more feminine, flowy way to move throughout your day. Yeah, so, all right. I think that's it for today. Thank you so much for being here and for listening to this reading. I hope it was insightful. I hope it helped you. I hope it's exactly what you needed in this moment on this day. And I pray that you find the courage and the faith and just the emotional strength to be more present throughout your life, to be more present throughout the difficult experiences and emotions. And I pray for just the light of the universe, God, whatever resonates for you, to bless your center, your core, and give you the strength to shift into this new way of being. And I pray that you find the tenacity and the steadfastness to see it through to this other side, to this new way that is calling you into it. So yeah, so thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm going to take this moment to tell you about my other YouTube channel if you want to check it out. It's called Soul Hearken. It is just my heart and soul in video form. So I'll put a link in the description for that. And let's see, anything else I want to mention? I don't think so. I just pray blessings for you. Much love. Thank you. Hello, my name is Krista, and this is Little Flower Tarot. You chose the Queen Anne's Lace. Queen Anne's Lace symbolizes safety, sanctuary, and refuge. It says here that another interpretation is due to the flower's resemblance to a bird's nest when it goes to seed. It then becomes the perfect symbol of the sanctuary of a happy home. So I love that. Awesome. All right, so the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to start off with an oracle card, and then we will pull a couple of archangel cards and some tarot. And yeah, we will get into it. The oracle card I'm going to pull is from the Earth Warriors Oracle. And what you've got, oh, it's so pretty. Wow. 24, Pueo, Guardian of the Amakua. All right, and what I'm going to do with these is I'm just going to let them kind of be a presence throughout the reading. And I'm just going to let it, guide us throughout the reading. And then at the end, I'm going to read the entire description from the guidebook. They're a little bit long. That's why I kind of want to wait till the end. And they also have a little call to action usually that involves a type of meditation or ceremony. So yeah, we'll do that at the end. But yeah, we've got that for now, and then let's go ahead and pulling a couple of cards from the Angels of Atlantis deck, and we will see what archangels want to kind of hang with us today. Okay. All right. So, oh, this is nice. We have Haniel with hope. And we have Raphael with empathy. I'm loving this energy so far. It seems very gentle and sweet and feminine and nurturing. So yeah. All right. And yeah, I guess I didn't mention like this reading is going to be about what blessings are coming in your life. Put that little guy there. What blessings and abundance are entering into your life. And my intention is there's no time frame on it. It's what is your divine birthright, what is meant for you. I'm hoping this reading will help you claim it and will help you in the manifestation of it. So yeah, and then let's get into the tarot. I'm using the Muse Tarot. All right. What blessings of abundance or blessing is group number 2's divine birthright? Okay. All right. Here we go. Okay. Knight of Swords, Knight of Voices. Okay. Page of Materials. Page of Pentacles. And the Fool. All right. Okay. All right. What are we looking at? Let's see. Alrighty, so there's this very sweet motherly energy just wanting to pour in, and it was like the energy felt like very much focused on this Queen Anne's lace, which represents the nest, the happy home, the nurturing safe place to dwell. So I'm thinking if this has to do with a happy home. Like, I mean, that's it. It feels like your divine birthright is a safe sanctuary. And your own creation of that, you getting the home that you need to feel like you can soften and like you can relax and unfold and feel secure and safe and feel connected to and a part of your surroundings in just a new way, in a unique way that is solely your way of being. I just see someone living and existing in just this space where everything is just perfectly placed for their soul's nurturing. I see someone just walking throughout their home, feeling free, feeling light, feeling centered and nurtured and supported. It's almost like this beautiful balance between divine and feminine, I see, because I feel like the feminine energy that exists within this home and this space that is your divine birthright is able to fully just be free, feel held, feel safe, and feel like as fluid as she wants to be, because the masculine presence, and this could mean anything. This doesn't have to mean like a male and feminine or a male and female like relationship. It can be, I'm just kind of mentioning the energies in the home. So even if you live on your own, it could be this like very balanced energy between your masculine and feminine, but or it could be, a relationship where like there's feminine and there's masculine, and the balance there between the two of you is is what this is speaking to, or it could even be the home itself and the energies of it. It could be like a very like just the solidity, like a stone home, or like, you know, an adobe home, or just a very solid, you know, wood structure that feels, you know, it's, or out in nature where this like the solidity and the structure of it just feels so grounding, and then the energy that's held within the home is more fluid and nurturing and flowing. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing, like this very beautiful balance between divine feminine and divine masculine in a safe place to dwell. And it is yours. It is absolutely yours. Like, I feel like you are meant for it. It is meant for you. Like, there is no, like, if there is any question that this place is out there for you, it is. It absolutely 100% is. And anything that's, if there's anything that's getting in the way of you attaining it, it's just your disbelief that it is available to you. So, you know, it's there, it's waiting, it's your divine birthright. And I feel like your guides, your angels, your divine support team, your divine support system is asking you to open your heart and open your soul up to this possibility in your life, and know that it's meant for you, and to let go of the how and the when that it's coming. Just know that it's coming. And I also had this other thought of like, there's an interesting energy of like, maybe you have found a safe place, but you have found the physical place that you want. This might just be for a few people, but maybe you feel like you haven't been able to like let go within it. It's like you're still in your old energies of feeling like you're not in the right place. But so this could be an opening to you to truly surrender and to know that you are in the right place, and that it is secure and it is staying, and this is your home, and you can finally let go. You can let yourself feel safe and secure. You have your own space now. You have this like beautiful sacred space where you are safe to move into it, and to like, yeah, just let go and unfold. So yeah. So let's look at the tarot here. Yeah, and it feels very new. Like, it feels like maybe you've never lived in a place where you feel so safe and secure. So it feels like either an impossibility, or it just feels like you don't even really know how to feel, you know, to ground yourself into a home that feels secure, because maybe you've been like constantly more of a risk taker, more of a nomad, more of like someone who kind of like is used to not feeling secure in one spot, not feeling grounded in one spot. There, maybe even it's uncomfortable to commit to being in one place. It's uncomfortable to ground yourself and to stay put in one spot. So like maybe that almost feels unsafe to do that, just because you've never fully experienced that. Maybe there's a fear that that's going to like tie you down or something like that. But it's actually going to do the opposite. It's going to give you these like solid foundational roots to make you feel so secure that when you do go and do your adventures or do whatever it is, that the risks you take, like, I mean, I feel like they're safe. They're like fun adventure. It's like this adventurous energy, this like nomadic energy. Like whenever you do go to do these things, you'll feel that much more secure while you're out there doing it, because you know you have a place to come home to. So, yeah, and let's see, the page of materials. Yeah, it feels like, I mean, materials are pentacles, and pentacles are like the material realm. And I feel like in pages are new, fresh energy. So I feel like this is something that's going to be or is new for you, this safe dwelling space, this grounding, this more like, having a home base, having this like centered space on the earth for you is fresh and new. So it's just like new energy and something to, it's something to shift into, and you're not exactly sure like how it's supposed to feel. But I feel like it's like, I'm just sensing this like energy of like, am I safe to let go? And like, you know, like I just saw someone like, I don't want to laugh. I don't know why I'm laughing at it. It's just, it's interesting. Someone like falling to the earth, falling onto the ground and just crying and just crying of gratitude and crying because you finally are home and you finally feel safe and you finally know that like this is a place that you can come to whenever you need. And I'm also getting this feeling of like, this doesn't necessarily have to mean a physical home. It can just be like a more rooted and connected relationship with the earth, you know, like falling to the earth and thanking the earth for the sustenance and the home that she creates for you. Just knowing that you're safe to do this no matter what your environmental circumstances are right now. Because I get this feeling like the energy here is kind of like you're so used to this like more flighty, like I feel like this Knight of Swords is just like your flighty, like, you know, airy energy. And you're more used to that. And I feel like even if you're not in this physical home, that I feel like this is, the physical home is your divine birthright. And that's what this is saying. But it's also saying you have the ability to deepen your connection to the earth in such a way where you feel more safe and more secure and more at home than you've ever felt before. And I feel like this will help you to manifest this, not only manifest this home, but when the home comes, it will feel like it's just a physical emanation of your internal reality, as opposed to, okay, when I get to this home, then I can collapse on the earth and learn how to feel safe. I like the flip of that. It's like saying like, no, do that now. Like realize that the earth is your home and the earth has everything you need. She's there for you. And like, just realize, like you can realize that now. You can shift into that energy now. And I get this feeling like there's this lack of feeling of safety to do that because you maybe not be in the environment you want right now, so you don't feel like safe enough to let go fully, and to trust and like fall into like, you know, the arms of Mother Earth, because it feels like maybe you have to be on a lot because of your environment, and letting go just feels, I don't know, there's like a feeling of unsafety with it. But I feel like this is telling you that it is safe to let go. It is safe to just go into Mother Nature and, you know, how do I put this? Allow yourself to fall into her nurturing embrace and be held and to let go and to feel at home. That's what it wants you. I feel like they want you, they like this reading wants you to do that, to let yourself let go, even if it's in the contained moments of you like taking a walk and sitting on the forest floor and allowing yourself to go there and realizing like, okay, you know, I can put my guard up if I need to when I leave this space. But while I'm in this space, I'm allowed to feel safe. I'm allowed to feel grounded. I'm allowed to feel at home and nurtured and held. You know, I'm allowed for my soul to feel connected to the earth and to feel like safe is the big word. So yeah, I think this is a call to go into nature and let yourself fall into that, those deep feelings of safety and home. I feel like that's what your soul craves. That's what your soul needs right now. And that's what you're being called to do. So, yeah, Yeah, and I just love like these energies, Haniel and Raphael with empathy and hope. I feel like when they came in, it just felt like this divine support that was like lighter and more easeful and more nurturing and like motherly. So, and just physically safe. It just felt very like, yeah, very supportive and in a nurturing way. So yeah, I feel like, the blessings of abundance that are coming into your life, the blessing of abundance is this realization that no matter what your circumstances are, you get to feel safe and you get to feel at home in your body, on the earth, in this world. So yes, that is your reading. I feel like it's pretty short and sweet. I'm going to go ahead and read this from the guidebook, from the Earth Warriors Oracle, number 24, Pueo, Guardian of the Aumakua. And I love that the owls are there. This whole time during this reading, I was thinking about these woods. I was like, I want to go do this. And I was like thinking about these one particular woods that I go hike in sometimes. And I always hear owls in those woods. So I thought that was kind of nice. But yeah, okay. So 24, Pueo, Guardian of the Aumakua. All right. So I'm going to get this to where if you want, you can screenshot these and read them later if you'd like. But alrighty, so, okay, no matter how compelling an experience of challenge, darkness, or defeat may seem, you have divine protection and the promise of safe passage through to the dawn. You will see and hear the truth of the light. You shall not be alone on this journey. Soul guides now help you find your true north. If you have been proceeding along a dangerous path, even unknowingly, Pueo will navigate you safely away from the evil and ill-wishing, guiding you back to your higher purpose and sacred path. Information that may have been hidden for a time will come to light. There is a guiding intelligence assisting you safely through a situation in your life that is otherwise confusing or dangerous for you. There are divine powers helping you in all situations to do with battles, unfairness, or injustice, whether you are consciously aware of these things or not. Trust in the signs that you see, and especially in the truth that you hear, sometimes beneath what is actually being said. The accuracy of your insights and perceptions are heightened at this time. Aumakua, in Hawaiian, refers to the venerable ancestors. This oracle also indicates that loved ones on the other side are sending you love and assistance and are receiving your prayers and intentions for their own healing. Through the form of Pueo, the guardian owl of Hawaii, invisible help from the spiritual world is with you, guiding and protecting you through spiritual warfare, seen and unseen. The concept of being in battle may seem far removed from what is, for many modern people, a fairly comfortable daily existence. Yet when we feel blocked from fulfilling our life purpose, whether due to a busy schedule, inner doubts, external obstacles, or some other unknown reason, spiritual warfare is exactly what is taking place. Pueo comes to you with powerful protection for your soul during spiritual battle. Even when you cannot sense the spiritual light, it is with you, taking the form of allies in the realm of nature, soul, and spirit to secure your safe passage through challenge into fulfillment. The Hawaiian legend of Pueo tells the story of a man, Oahu, who robbed an owl's nest. Upon hearing the sadness of the owl's protest, he was overcome by compassion and returned the precious items to the nest, revering the owl as a sacred creature worthy of respect and protection, honoring her as a divine being. This was considered blasphemous by the ruling lawmen, and Oahu's execution was ordered. As the execution was about to take place, owls began to gather, darkening the skies with their wings, making it impossible for the executioner to see or act, and Oahu walked free, protected by the sacred feminine that he had chosen to protect. As spiritual beings, we have great power to take from this world, to use and exploit the feminine world of soul and nature to suit our own personal agendas. Yet when we honor the soul realm as sacred, protect the feminine, and recognize her divinity, We can trust in her generosity and assistance in return. When we forego disrespect and theft, she will answer us with extraordinary reward. Pueo comes as a reminder that the soul realm of the divine feminine is real, powerfully active, and influential in the earthly realm. Though impediments and restraints that have been imposed on you by the physical world may seem intimidating, and your mind may become enraged and want to dominate circumstances in response, Pueo brings reassurance. She is capable of overcoming the odds against you, freeing you to live the life you are spiritually destined to live. Have faith in that which you know to be sacred, even when those around you cannot recognize its true nature. When the Divine Mother comes to you as Pueo, she also brings a warning to pay attention to anything that would undermine your joy, your sense of effectiveness in your purpose, and anything or anyone that provides distraction or drains your vitality. Claim your right to life and win the spiritual battle by honoring the necessity of your own soul expression. Allow her to use her lethal talons and unparalleled skills in the hunt to locate and destroy any influence that would lead to your demise. Be willing to trust, let go, and change course, or affirm your current path and let nothing derail your progress, according to your inner soul guidance at this time. Healing process. All right, so this is kind of a call to action they have at the end of all of these in this book. And so you can do this now or do it later. It's up to you. But it says, you will need either a darkened room and or a light eye cover, such as a small scarf for this exercise. Find a place where you can feel safe and secure to rest quietly. Say aloud, I call upon the unconditionally loving protection of the Divine Mother. She contains the divine light, so that even in darkness, I am completely and divinely protected. I forgive myself and others now for all actions, thoughts, and beliefs that led to the betrayal of the soul. This forgiveness cleanses my heart and mind. I am now free to honor and respect the sacred order of life and have trust in my rightful divine place within that great order. Now it is time to rest. Cover your eyes or darken the room as you sink into a feeling of being held, as you rest deep into the darkness. You may like to imagine, feel, visualize, or pretend that the great owl guardian Pueo silently flies around you. You may hear her screech. She hunts down that would harm you. She hunts down what would harm you. She scares away enemies. You are safe, loved, and protected. When you are ready, you will slowly return to the day-to-day world, stretch and move to ground yourself again. You have completed your healing process. Okay, so there's a really strong energy of protection coming through with that. I feel like this message here that I was picking up on about finding a safe place to dwell within yourself or within the physical world. Maybe you've been feeling like the energies around you are too much to bear, or maybe you don't feel safe, or maybe in the past you've experienced, maybe you weren't safe in the past. But I feel like there is protection for you. That message right there was just like, you are so protected and you have all the divine support you need, even if it doesn't feel like it, even if you have fears that are at the forefront, like the protection is there for you. And I feel like moving through your fears and worries about whatever's in the outside world around you, encroaching upon you or your energy, and holding on to like the spark of light and faith that tells you that you are protected and that it is your birthright to be protected, and just knowing that and never letting go of that faith, like you will move through it and onto the other side feeling that protection, feeling that power inside of you, feeling and knowing that you are always safe. And so I think that's just a practice of holding on to that faith that you are worthy of that protection and that you are protected. And like not being protected is more of an illusion. But yeah, it definitely mentioned like trusting your instincts and knowing like if you do have an inkling about someone or something in your energy field or in the world around you that isn't safe, you can trust in your instincts on that and move forward, putting up healthy boundaries, but also having the faith that, even though, you're witnessing an environment or a person or an energy that it doesn't have the best intentions, that doesn't mean that you're not protected from them. You are absolutely, just because something like kind of, brushes up against you or brushes up against your energy field does not mean that there's like an imminent attack, or, that feeling or that brushing up or that witnessing of that heavy energy or that dark energy is telling of something about you. It's not. Like, it's just an experience of life. That's what we're walking through the valley of the shadow of death, and we're going to experience these things. We're going to have these witnessing of these uncomfortable energies. And I feel like that it's just faith in knowing that you are protected inherently, that's going to see you through. So hold on to that faith and hold on to that spark, and you'll come out the other side feeling like even more powerful and protected than you did before, and trust, knowing that you can trust in the universe, God, your angels, whatever it is you resonate with and believe in, you can trust in these things and these beings and this source as your guide and as your light and as your protection. So yeah, I feel like you are safe, and you are safe to go into the woods and let yourself feel safe in a new way that you haven't experienced in a really long time. Like, let yourself go there, let yourself fall into that safety, and know that you can put your guards back up when you get back into the world if you need to. Like, it's just a temporary moment that you get to have. Hopefully it will lead to more and more of that, and more of knowing that you are safe and protected in those spaces, and you'll get to experience those when you go back out into the world. But I guess my reasoning for saying, just reminding yourself, like, you can put your guard back up if you need to, might make you feel safer in letting go in that moment. So, so, oh my gosh, I feel like I needed this reading, to be honest, too. So like, I'm going to like go into the woods and challenge myself to like let myself fall into trust a little bit more, because I know I have that mentality of like, oh, when I have my own place, or oh, when I have my place in the woods that I'm dreaming of, that I don't know when it'll come, it's like I have this feeling of like, oh, I'll finally like, all right, so my camera died, but I'm glad I looked up and I was like, oh my God, did that record at all? Because I really loved the reading. I thought it was really beautiful. But yeah, I think what I was saying was, I think I needed this reading just as much as whoever's receiving this reading did. And like, I tend to lean into like, when I get here, I will feel safe, or I will finally be able to let go. And I'm going to start challenging myself to do it now, in the now. Oh my God, I think there is a spider. What the? Oh, there it is. Okay, good. I thought it like spun a web onto my head, but because there's like all of these flowers are from outside. So like, there's this little spider guy that's been hanging around throughout the reading. So, I'm glad it didn't do that. But anyway, so yeah, so I pray, blessings and the strength and the courage that you need to let go and feel safer inside of yourself. And I pray like that, that like all the divine support comes in to help you do that, to let go and feel safe. But also there is a big, strong message of like a physical, dwelling space that is suited perfectly for you, is available for you in this life and in this world. And I just pray that you also are able to feel into that, that that's imminent for you. That's maybe not, I don't know if I want to say imminent, because that just means like super soon, but some of people it might be super soon, or it might be even right now. But I think my point more is like, it's a given. It's your divine birthright. It's something you can have if you open yourself up to it, and if you believe, and if you work towards that reality. It's definitely possible for you. Like, the perfect home is just out there, waiting for your reception. So so thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate your presence, and I want to take a moment to tell you about my other YouTube channel. It's called Soul Hearken. It is my heart and soul put into video form. I'll put a link in the description. Thank you so much. Bye. Hello, my name is Krista, and this is Little Flower Tarot. You have chosen the Jerusalem Artichoke. It's a type of sunflower, And I'm just going to read from this just to kind of so I get everything here. It is actually a type of sunflower which works in the solar plexus chakra, bringing a stronger sense of self-identity and personal power. It also helps boost self-confidence so that you can become more assertive and prioritize your own needs. And it works with yang energy. Yeah. So it helps with your masculine, the balance of your masculine energy. So that's kind of cool. All right. And how I'm going to do this reading is I pulled one card from the Earth Warriors Oracle. Starting out, we will just check out what you have. And you have number 20, Chaska, Star of Venus. All right. And you have this young woman with her eyes closed. And yeah, it's almost like, this is interesting. She has all of these kind of like energies outside of her that are like attached to her energy field. And it almost feels like divine input, like she's picking up from the world around her, and it's like she has her eyes closed and she's like intuiting messages from the world around her, with her heart kind of being her guide and her third eye. So, all right, so there is our first oracle, and then I will pull 2 cards from the Angels of Atlantis deck. So these are just meant, I just kind of wanted these angels to kind of be supportive for the experience. So I'm curious to see what angels show up through here. One moment. Whew. Oh, you know what? I kind of forgot to sage. I like to sage in between each reading. So we're going to do that real quick. Yay. Okay, awesome. Alrighty. Angels of Atlantis. Let's see. What 2 angels want to come through today for group number 3? Okay. Archangel Michael with I Am Presence. And Archangel Jophiel with Joy. That one feels very fitting for this energy, just like this beautiful solar plexus, yellow, powerful energy here. But yeah, and then we will get into the tarot. I'm using the Muse Tarot. All right. I'm loving these readings. This is my 3rd reading, by the way. And group number 2 was a really beautiful reading, and it resonated with me a lot. And it's interesting because I knew I needed to sage, because part of me was still with group number 2. I was like, it's like I didn't want to leave that energy. But now that I'm coming in here, it's like, ooh, I'm kind of glad this is group number 3, because I feel like it's going to like wake me up and enliven me. There's a lot of like powerful solar plexus, just like golden beauty energy coming through. And yeah, I'm gonna step into this and embrace it. Let's see what we have. All right, here we go. All right, we have the Lovers. Okay. All right, another major arcana, the Hierophant. Whoa, oh my God. Okay, we have 3, your 3 tarot cards are all major arcana. So someone's going through a huge, well, all of us, all of you are going through a huge life shift. I think there's one more card over here, but I'll pull it later. So, okay. Yeah, huge life shift right now. Like, what is shifting? Oh, okay. Whew. So the intention for this reading is what blessings of abundance, or what blessing is coming into your life is your divine birthright. I don't have timing on anything. My intention for these readings are for you to awaken to this thing, or energy or whatever it is that is your divine birthright is meant for you. And the only thing that's getting in the way of you receiving it is your disbelief that it's possible or your closed off energy to it. So my hope for this reading is that you'll open up to this blessing and the shift that wants to come for you. So yeah, so alrighty, well, okay. Well, the first thing that came to me was with the Lovers and the Hierophant. I got this image of someone who has been in relationships where they kind of lose their identity within the relationship, and they kind of seek to their partner to be this person to lean on to help guide them and show them who they are. And it's almost like, I want to say that they're in the past, because we have Temperance too. So like I think the blessing for you is a balanced, healthy, loving, reciprocal relationship where your needs and your soul's truth is completely honored, and where both parties, or however this is take this as it resonates with any relationship that might be coming to you, or it could be a future relationship. This could be platonic or romantic, familial. I would just take it how it resonates for you. But I'm getting this feeling like part of a desire of yours, I want to say, is to like meld into your connections and relationships. And there's this feeling of relying on your relationships for internal validation, or like a sense of purpose, a sense of love in a way. Like it's like you're relying on your relationships for this is a weird thing to say, like you're relying on your relationships for love, like of course we expect love. Like what's the point of having relationships if there's not love? But there's this feeling of like a tendency to lean too far into your relationships for a sense of identity and for a sense of structure and guidance in your life, as if it's like you are so empathetic to the people around you that it's just natural for you to flow into their energy and lean into serving them and their needs. And that just feels like natural and good to you. And like in a lot of instances, it is healthy to be like that. I feel like that is a very feminine, flowy energy to like lean into. And I feel like serving others is absolutely a part of all of our probably all of our purposes, is to like help each other and uplift each other and serve each other and support each other. But there is this like, the energy is very like dense and thick and blurry, and it's like I could describe it as like sticky sludge that like you're moving through. And I feel like what that energy is representing is like your boundaries with the people around you. And it's easy to like fall into the sticky sludge because you are so inclined to want to serve the people around you, that it's almost like you lose your sense of self and your sense of like your own autonomy and sovereignty with your own like direction, like this masculine, because there's like all this masculine energy here like coming through in the reading. And with the flower, it represented like finding a healthy masculine within. Yeah. Yeah. Cause like this woman right here, like it's like, she's like melding with her environment, and, and you almost seek, it's like there's this energy of like not wanting to take responsibility for just even like the way your day unfolds. It's like you want this like outer reassurance or this outer guidance to like take you in a direction that feels flowy and natural and feminine and, like to where you don't really have to guide yourself. You want the world around you to kind of like usher you into where you need to be, what you need to be doing, what's going to be working for you. But I guess my feelings are like, maybe there's a little bit of frustration in this because maybe you don't always feel the reciprocal energy in that. Maybe you like if you lean too far into this energy of service and of allowing the world around you to kind of like just guide you into what you need to be doing, then you could eventually lean into burnout or resentment towards the people around you because they're not naturally inclined to be that way. So, and if they think it's something you love to do, which you do love to do, that's the thing. Like you do love to be in that energy of service and supporting those around you. Like that's like part of your soul purpose. There's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. But like that sludgy energy, like it's easy to get, it's just sticky, and it's easy to like stay in that. It's easy to stay in that energy because, but the more you stay in that energy and the more you lean into that, I feel like it could create resentment on both sides, like for the people you're serving and for you, because it feels like you're overgiving and not receiving in return or not being appreciated for what you're doing. And then the other person feels smothered, feels overwhelmed by your presence because like you're so leaning on that person for support and guidance, and I feel like what this reading and this like, blessing of abundance that wants to come to you is a healthy internal masculine energy. And a balance there for you and you leaning into that. In fact, I think that okay. All right. So I feel like you lean towards others for guidance because there's a feeling like of lack in a strong internal structure or guidance for yourself. And okay, sorry, I think I need to like regroup to get to the core of this message. I'm sorry if I'm like circling around because it's like the message is coming, but I feel like I'm kind of floating from place to place. And maybe that's your energy. Maybe that's this flowy energy. It's like, we're gonna get there though, because that's what wants to come through is this powerful, like I just see like this huge pillar of like divine, beautiful golden light, like at the core of your being that is guiding you through life. So like you'll still get to fall into that feminine flow of support and service to the people around you. But first and foremost, this energy is going to help you to serve yourself. And like, it's going to be a guiding light as to like when it's going to be most healthy to serve and when it's going to be most healthy to like pull back and honor your own nature and your own inner masculine. Okay. All right. So yeah, I feel like it is more clear for you to see like stronger masculine energy in others than to see it in yourself. It's almost like you don't even really know what it feels like to witness the divine masculine. I mean, maybe you do, like within yourself. Maybe you do, but you lose sight of it often. And I feel like you know, the divine masculine, like having masculine energy, like we all have a balance of feminine and masculine. But I feel like what you're craving is clear and structured guidance for your life. And I feel like it is available to you in the form of really spiritual insight and internal drive and signs, like, you know, your spiritual guidance support system there. And I just see like someone walking through life with this beautiful North Star kind of like hanging over their head and knowing where to go because this North Star is guiding them. And I feel like that's you. And I feel like you've lost sight of your North Star, and the blessing that wants to come to you now is a regaining of sight of this. And so this is entirely an internal experience for you. There is this, like, you are held in the divine masculine. Like, the divine masculine has you 100%. Like, has always had you. That structure, that guidance, that support has always been there for you. But I think, you know, we live on Earth, and it's much easier to look around you and find that guidance in the external world or in your relationships, or, you know, to find a more tangible feeling of it. It almost is easier just to fall into like others' flow and like, you know, what are others' needs, and I'll just let that guide me because I love serving and, you know, I love being there for people. But I feel like there's an imbalance there, and it's affecting your relationships in a negative way. So it's just, this is all about this honing in and withdrawing back into yourself and finding your true North Star, your true, the light that guides you, that's meant for you, solely you as a unique divine sovereign being. Like this guidance system is like a compass. It's a spiritual compass, and it's a part of your energy. It's a part of your spirit. It's a part of your soul. It's literally a part of your soul. And all this is saying is you've lost sight. You not completely, but you've lost a little bit of sight of your own internal compass, and your blessing is that you're regaining sight of it. And the advice there, let's see we have a card here. Let's see what we got. Okay. All right, 1 second. I kind of want to make sure there's room for everything. So this card is the Six of Emotions, or the Six of Cups. And the first thing that came to my mind when it popped out was getting in touch with your inner child. That's interesting. That's not what I expected, because I feel like, oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. Okay. There is a message coming through as far as like guidance or advice for how to get this masculine energy back into balance. There's this feeling of maybe we should do it right now. So I was imagining myself what it was like to be a child, because the thing is like we have memories, right? Like we have memories from our childhood, of course, but it's almost like you're seeing it through your adult lens. But this is calling you to recall a memory, or recall like a home you lived in, or just something from your childhood, and stay with it enough to tap into the energy of what it really felt like to be yourself as a child. And there's this like crystalline, beautiful, perfect, pure light, you know, like children just have this light, and they just know how to fall into the flow of play. They know what feels natural. They know what they want to do, you know, when they want to do it. And they're so present with life. And so, you know, I was talking about this North Star guiding you. It's almost like in order to remember your North Star, you have to remember what that felt like, you know, as a child. Like, felt like, what was your North Star like as a child? What was that light inside of you like as a child? So let's do that now. Let's just, okay. So like take a couple deep breaths and remember, take yourself back to whatever memory that wants to come up, and sit with the memory for a moment, but sit with the energy of what it felt like to be yourself in that moment as a child. Like, what were your motivations and your intentions? Like, what did it feel like to be so present, you know, in the moment, and to seek play, you know, always seek play. What did that feel like? And so, yeah, let's just take a moment real quick to see if we can tap into those energies and let go of the thoughts and the judgment of the memory, and just tap into the energetic space and what it felt like. So, yeah. Yeah, what I wanted to say earlier was it feels like there's an emotional reality that you had as a child that you learned to accept as normal, that maybe could use some attention and some nurturing, because I'm feeling this energy of like a need not being met, an emotional need not being met, feeling kind of on your own or lost, or just feeling a sense of, well, it's hard. It's interesting because it's hard to describe because it is just a state of being, you know. But yeah, it's like I just said, it's an emotional reality where you felt like lost or alone, where you felt that it was normal, and that just like was a reality that you entered into as a child, often, and as an adult, you know, you might be able to look at those emotions and be like, wow, I'm feeling lost and alone. But as a child, you know, you kind of just accept things as they are. You kind of just absorb what the world gives you, and you just are like, okay, this is reality, you know. And I feel like your inner child just needs some love. So let's be there with that child right now, and let's send her love and tell her, hey, like just tell her, hey, I'm here for you. Her, him, I'm sorry. Whatever gender. But yeah, just say, you know, I'm here for you. I love you. I see you. And it's okay to feel how you're feeling, but we don't always have to feel like that. So if you want to express yourself, feel free to express yourself now. And yeah, just hold her as she expresses herself to you. I'm just using she because it's easy, but yeah, hold her as she expresses herself to you, and listen to her and send her love and nurturing, and support as she processes these emotions and expresses these emotions to you. So yeah, let's just take one moment to do that. Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, I feel like when I do these readings, a lot of times it's like a reading I might need. And I was kind of doing this along with you, with my inner child. And I feel like she just, she felt sad, and she felt like she needed to be told that there's a different way, there's a different way to experience things. And I feel like, and if this resonates with you, awesome. If this resonates with you, then great. But it felt like she was feeling as if her emotions were a burden, and feeling as if nobody had the space for them, and nobody knew what to do with them. And so she just didn't have an outlet for those emotions. And so they just stayed there, and they just kind of stayed stagnant. And like, it just felt like she needed to be reassured that there's a completely different way of being to be experienced in the world, where the people around you are supportive of your emotional state, are loving and nurturing and respectful of it, and have space for it, because I feel like there's this energy of like, maybe you don't feel held emotionally regularly, like on the day-to-day basis, but so it's almost like you withhold your emotions because you feel like they're going to be a burden. And then when you finally do express your emotions, it's after they've been built up for a long period of time, and then they just come out. And then it almost is like a self-fulfilling prophecy, because when they come out and explode like that in an unbalanced way, the people around you, it does become somewhat of a burden. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. So I feel like the message here is to, and the blessing that is your divine birthright is a sacred space in the energies and the people around you to have that space and that openness and that respect for your emotional state regularly, as you're moving through the emotions. So your permission to be raw and vulnerable on a regular basis, so that they're not damming up and then exploding. That emotional reality for you in your relationships is absolutely 100% your divine birthright. And it's a completely new way of being, but it is the way that your soul's calling you into. So one way or another, I feel as though your external circumstances will shift into this place for you. Your relationships will shift into this place for you after you shift into a sacred, safe place that holds space for all of your emotions. And after you honor yourself as a worthy and like a worthy witness to those emotions. And then trust that others, willing witness maybe, others will be willing witnesses as well. So you get to stay in that flowy, soft state, while also, knowing that you're safe and honored in that state. I hope that makes sense. I feel like I just rambled on. I really hope that makes sense to you. So yeah, I feel like, there is like all this masculine energy came in at the beginning of this reading, but it feels as though, your feminine, your state of flow, your emotional reality, just needs the safe place to dwell and to be heard and seen and honored regularly, every day, every moment of every day. Like it's, and I feel like it starts with you. It starts with your own internal, state that you're creating. And I think like tapping into that inner child that feels like she doesn't have that, that feels like her emotions are a burden, and like holding that space for her and continuously, and it doesn't have to be like, like just continuously reminding yourself that you are safe to live in your emotions on a regular basis. And to honor those emotions, whatever they may be. And you deserve relationships, especially your closest relationships, to honor those as well. So this is your divine birthright. This is the blessing that not only wants to come into your life, but is meant for you. It is something that your soul is meant to have in this lifetime, on this earth, in this body, in this, self-identity, this person that you are. You're meant to feel safe in your emotions on a regular, everyday basis. You're meant to be seen and witnessed through those emotions. And you have nothing but divine support for that. Like you have everything you need to hold you within that reality, that like honoring of your emotions reality. And you have everything you need within you. And I feel like it's interesting because, it started out talking about how you're like leaning into this flowy state a bit much. And it might not seem like relating, but it is. It's like, oh, the reason why you're doing that is because you're seeking for something, like some sort of purpose or fulfillment within that, but you're leaning too much and you're not, it's like pull back, come back within. The answer is to come back within, listen to your inner child, listen to what emotions are not being seen and witnessed by you first and foremost, what are not being honored by you first and foremost. Where are you, what's the word? Where are you like not honoring yourself as a perfectly like apt witness for these emotions? Like why are you like, I would ask yourself like, why you need someone else to witness you in this emotional state or in these emotions for them to be valid? Why aren't you enough? Why are not you as the witness enough of a witness, to be there and you're the best possible person to witness these emotions and this emotional state for yourself. You are the best possible because you can honor and love yourself, and that you have control over that. You have control. You don't have control how other people react to your emotions, but you do have control over how much you honor yourself in these spaces. So, and on top of that, you do like I'm saying, like, definitely, first and foremost, you need to recognize yourself as the witness. But secondly, you need to know that this reading is also saying that it is your divine birthright to be in an experience of relationships with people that can do the same for you. And you won't be perfect towards yourself. They won't always be perfect towards you, but the intention and the awareness of what your needs are, which is this honoring of your emotional reality, that is actually something that is a non-negotiable in your life, and that people need to that's if for intimate close relationships that you see like regularly all the time, that's a need for you, and it's your absolutely here for you, and it's meant for you, this beautiful, safe place for these, these feelings that you have. And I'm excited for you. I feel like, this is opening you up to, it's like a heart space thing. It really feels like your heart slowly opening and feeling safe to experience what it experiences, good or bad, and knowing that whatever you experienced, quote, good or quote, bad, are neither good nor bad. It just is. And, you know, it's worthy of being honored. So yeah, so I hope you receive this fully. This message was beautiful. And yeah, I pray, I don't know. I just pray that you find more of what you need internally. You're able to awaken to what it is that you need so that you can understand what it is that you need from others. Yeah, so I think that is your reading. Thank you so much for being here. I want to take a moment to tell you about my other YouTube channel. It's called Soul Hearken. It is my heart and soul in video form. So if you want to check that out, I will put a link in the description. And yeah, so many blessings and so much love and divine support for you on your emotional journey. So yeah, thank you. Bye.